Hello. In the wake of the Connecticut school shootings on Friday, I wrote a poem that I would like to share. I think a lot of us had many different reactions to this tragedy: grief, sorrow, anger, outrage, shock, disbelief, all of which are natural after a time like this. I wanted to share my reaction. My prayers go out to the victims and all those affected by the shooting. I pray for comfort for you in this season, whether it's from your personal deity or whether it's from family and friends or maybe just someone on the end of a telephone line. And whatever God we worship, whatever traditions we celebrate, I think maybe because of this tragedy, we ought to remember more about peace on earth, goodwill towards men, love towards each other, reaching out to each other, not staying in our little self-centered worlds. I pray also that whatever solution we decide to use to solve the problems of gun violence, school shootings, etc., whatever you want to call it, I pray that we are guided by rational and clear thinking. I also pray that whatever solution we come to is preventative, but yet at the same time continues to honor the civil liberties that we have come to cherish in this country. I know in amongst a lot of the shock and grief reactions I've seen online, some are suggesting greater gun control. I'm not going to touch that subject, but some are suggesting measures I do not agree with. For example, lunatic profiling. People with odd or eccentric behavior, or people like myself who are autistic, may end up getting targeted in such measures, and that's not what should happen. We should continue to respect and honor people's individualities and differences, and any measures of safety should have the mindset of preserving liberty, because it is never good to trade liberty for security. And without further ado, I'll read my poem entitled Candles. Grief has stolen the words from my throat, and I want to burn little candles in their places, little white tapers to take the place of every word purloined from my voice box, white candles to stand as silent sentries for every morpheme that refuses to march up my tongue and out of my lips. Those words instead want to pull my tongue backwards and curl up inside its rug for warmth and safety. They want to duck behind my stained and crooked molars, out of sight from the open air and the wind that passes in and out of my mouth. And because there is no sound from the dead, I want to burn candles not just for every word, but for every child. White votives for every little one who is no match for a bullet. Little tongues aflame to speak for them, to ask the questions of why and how, because those little voices, cut silent at their sources, cannot ask them anymore. Little white, rotund children of wax to stand and burn for each little boy, each little girl, because those children cannot stand anymore. And we cannot stand anymore. We sit because at the fulcrums of our bodies where soul and solar plexus intersect, there's disbelief that has pummeled itself fist first into our drum-tight viscera and sailor-knotted stomachs. We grab our stomachs and our hearts because they ache like slow-burning pyres that were lit inside us while we glanced away, too distracted to notice the young man with the gun. And when sitting fails us, we kneel. We pray, we keen and we wail. We embrace each other and ask questions between tears. For some of us, the questions linger in our wordless breath, in staccato exhales ripping the air apart or punctuating it because we cannot tolerate holding the disbelief inside our stomachs. In time, the interrogatives and angry demands thrown up in the air and borne aloft upon our grief will fall back to earth, some with answers, some not. Why did he choose to shoot innocent people? What was wrong with his mind? Those questions will drive fists into our minds and hearts like the disbelief that jackhammers at our abdominal walls now. But right now, all I can think about is missing words, little boys and girls, and candles. I shut my eyes and watch 24 little flames dispel the void and empty black, and pray that no one ever decides that his or her anger is worth fistfuls of bullets again. Selah. Let us each light our own candle. Let us so shine our light before everyone, each of us, every little tongue of flame, no matter how small, no matter how insignificant we think it is. Let our tongues of flame keep burning and light up the world and dispel the darkness. My name's Nicole Nicholson, and thank you for listening.